determinists believe in free will. They distinguish between one's moral self and one's personality. An example of this is a youth in a ghetto where arguably it's in their interest to become a gangster, whereas their moral self might actually want to become a policeman. Libertarianists use three arguments to put forward their argument. The first being that we all have experience. So, for example, we could all choose between tea and coffee. Second being... yeah.
Keep going, Steph, don't stop.
The second being the art of decision making, and the third being the difference between contingent and necessary truths.
The traditional Christian view is that humans have free will, and they use the example of Adam and Eve eating the forbidden fruit in the Garden of Eden. Aquinas also agrees with this in his book Summa Theologica, where he writes, "A man chooses not of necessity, but freely." However, predestination is mentioned in the Bible in St. Paul's letter, and John Calvin mentions it in his book Institutes. It is also in the 39 Articles of Faith of the Church of England, where they say that predestination is the everlasting purpose of God, and if God is omniscient, then humans cannot have free will.
Soft determinism. Soft
Determinism.
Soft determinists consider free will and determinism compatible. Therefore, some actions are determined, some are not. They categorise these into two things: internal determinations and external determinations. An example of this is Gandhi chose to fast. That was an internal determination. Someone locked in a room with no food that can't eat is an external determination. Soft determinists distinguish every action as either a product of your personality or an external cause.
Hard determinists believe that human actions are causally determined. We live in a cast-iron universe, and therefore we cannot do other than we do. Human acts are not free, and therefore we are not morally responsible. Clarence Darrow argued this in the Lieb and Leopold case. He believes that human acts are determined by the environment and our genes. John Locke is also a hard determinist who believed free will is an illusion, and he used the example of the man locked in a room.
Brilliant.